Hello beautiful nerdy stitchers, this is Mev back for a very special update. I am right now standing in the Régie quartier, which is where my auntie is working, and I'm taking you on a private tour of our exhibition. It is Sunday morning, June 15th, I think. My aunt had the premises open just for us, and so let me take you on a tour. So this is the very first thing people see when they come in. You might recognize Dragons of Sumatra and Midnight by Barbara Anna Designs, and the title of our exhibition, which is Embroidery from Far Away and Nearby. So let me do some close-ups so you know these pieces. You might recognize here the little African lady that was framed by my aunt. And then next to it, we have two pieces from Senegal. Let me just back up a little. So these were brought in by a lady called Fatoumata, and they are traditional embroideries from Senegal. So this first piece here, very colorful as always, this is meant to be put on a tablecloth. So she also brought us the huge tablecloth, with which unfortunately we didn't have space to display, but let me show you. So bright purpley pink or pinky purple with a dark green lace border, and then very simple embroidery on the piece. And then next to it, very bright yellow, this is a pillowcase with a crocheted border. Let me try and do a close-up for you guys. There we are. So these two pieces are coming right straight from Senegal, and obviously there's also a back cover to go with this pillowcase. Next on this pane we have some beautiful work by Assia. Assia is from Algeria, and she made beautiful, very different pieces, which I will show you later on. So this is mainly white work with two pouches, black pouches in velvet with metallic embroidery. So I think this is what we call gold work. I can't be sure, but I'll try and do some close-ups. So we've got a shawl here, beautiful shawl with drawn thread, and also some beading. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit difficult to see. So this is one piece. Look at this napkin with a butterfly. And then we've got another napkin here with an R, so a monogram. And then those two beautiful gold work birds. These are absolutely gorgeous. And then here you've got some lace, and this is needle lace. This is a traditional Algerian technique. So she made this as a young woman. And then down here we have another tablecloth with beads, or pearls rather, and white work. Yeah, it doesn't show very well. So yeah, so this is one first pane. Let me just back up a little. There you are. Now here down the corridor you have the display of more samplery piece, which you will obviously recognize. You have Forgery 17 by Amy Mitten, and then you've got Needle and Thread by Brenda Jarvet, which is still not fully finished. And then if you remember, I stitched this piece last year for my good friend and colleague Laura. This is Harvest Keeper by, can't remember, Plum Street Sampler, yes, obviously. There you are. So these are the sampler or samplery styles stitches. And now we are in the main space where we've got a few different panes. So I was able to steal coats of arms from my boss for the exhibition, as you can see here. And then you have a very special paint, which I'm very, very proud of. This here is 5 generations of stitchers, all of them from my family. I've shown some of those pieces. So the kitchen towel with the monogram TL is my great-great-grandmother's work. And then in the center we have a napkin with another monogram with it, which is from my great-grandmother. And then we have a beautiful tablecloth embroidered by my grandmother, my paternal grandmother. I'll close up. And then down there you've got two little napkin holders, pouches, which were stitched by my auntie back in the 80s. And then you can see the little pouch that I just finished for my godmother. So let me do some close-ups. So Noémie Tournay-Lambert stitched this probably around 1880. She was born in 1861. And then you've got this beautiful, beautiful napkin from my great-grandmother, Gilberte Bizot-Pellerin. And then this was stitched by my grandmother who passed away 10 years ago. Beautiful little stitches. And then let me show you the napkin pouches. So these were stitched by my auntie. I don't know if you can see, but the borders are stitched with a G and an H. This is for Geneviève and Hubert, and this was for her parents, so my grandparents. And I remember as a kid that these were in the kitchen with their napkins, and they were used for years and years and years. And I don't know if you can see this, but these are landscapes that that she actually designed when she was living in Quebec. And so she told me the other day that that was reminding her of what the landscapes were back in Rimouski, Quebec, when she was a young adult. And then obviously little miniature Merle stitched on the pouch, appliqué on the pouch. And then I don't know if you can see, but I've also added some buttons here. And then on the other side there are some pearls and another version of this little tiny motif. And now on the other side of the wall, I told you you'd be there, so I brought in the World Map of Stitchers with a blurb explaining what it is and where it comes from. And so I mentioned how, thanks to picking up cross stitch again, I was able to meet all of you. I just absolutely love the fact that we were able to meet as neighbors, but also, you know, mention that we were all over the place, and that makes me really, really happy. It's a really nice way to bond everybody close and far away. Then we displayed the two little chatelaines here, arabesque, which is crooked in its frame on purpose, and then the very blingy, very goldy tiny rose mandala garden. These were stitched early on last year. And then let me take you back to some of Assia's work, which really is wonderful. Look at this. So a table, whatever it's called, set maybe, I don't know. And then look at this, this is awesome. So the that old table thing is obviously all embroidered, and then she did matching napkins. And I don't know if you can see that, but there's a slit in the first piece of cloth in order to display the napkin. Like, how awesome is this? Look at this, it's beautiful. And then we have another set with a tablecloth and some matching napkins. And this Assia stitched when she was 12 years old. So this is her early work, and it's absolutely beautiful. Let me try and go closer. Look at this little Bambi. And then birds in the trees. And then there is a series of, I think there are 8 napkins, each with a different colored bird. So very beautiful. There's a gray one. So this is, I think this is what we call needle painting. Long and short stitches, beautiful, and borders to match. There you go. And then the very last paint I want to show you is a baby blanket that she made for her 3rd daughter. Bright yellow with some lacing and crochet and then some naive little patterns which are really, really cute. She designed this all by herself, and this was probably made some 20-30 years ago. There's a little, yeah, I'm guessing this is a little sheep. It has like woolen stitches on it. It's really cute. It's grazing sweetly, and then you've got a little island in the middle of the water. Look at this beautiful boat. Some flowery things, a swan, and then another kind of little building, and then look at this tree, and then bird, and then the nest is with tiny little eggs, and these are pearls. There you go. So yeah, this is it. It was a really lovely night on Thursday. We had displayed much more than that. Big pieces from Assia, which I just posted on Instagram. Most notably, 2 of her wedding dresses, and a bed cover that she stitched for her and her husband. We were probably around, I don't know, maybe 20, 25, 30 people. It was really, really sweet. Everybody coming from the neighborhood, and it was a really lovely moment. So these pieces will stay displayed for months for people to see, and then I'll take them back and then give whichever piece belongs to whom. And yeah, this is it. So this was the private tour of our small exhibition. I hope you like it. I was absolutely delighted to be able to do that. And I will go on my day mostly stitching, I guess. I wish you a lovely Sunday morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you may be. And until next time, stitch well, be kind. Au revoir. I'm just adding a small clip of the immediate surroundings of where the exhibition took place. So this is the entry of the Régie quartier, this non-profit organization working in one of the biggest housing projects in our area. As you can see, it's a series of big buildings which look pretty cool. These were built in the very late 60s, very early 70s, and they are specific of a very particular architectural movement back then. They were renovated some 10, 12 years ago, and they look really, really nice. A lot of people living around here, mostly underprivileged people. But as you can see, lots of greenery. So these are these are some of my auntie's experiments. And then you've got a beautiful set of roses here. And then the garden where my auntie works is just right across the street. I thought I'd share this with you because this is exactly where we live. So there you go.